Nearly 3 years ago, I made a very significant change in my life by moving to one of the big cities. This chapter of my life marked a new beginning, but it also marked the beginning of a very intensely challenging period of my life. For nearly 3 years, I was in a situation that caused me an immense amount of stress and turbulence. It was day in, day out, inescapable what I was enduring. And it really affected me. It really affected me a lot. It affected me emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. You could definitely see in my body how this stress was affecting me. My face, my habits, my weight. I lost so much because of this stress that was attacking me day in, day out, that seemed inescapable. There was no end to it. You know, it was definitely a very harrowing ordeal. And the funny thing is, like, from the outside looking in, when I tell people about what I was experiencing, they may think I'm being a little bit over dramatic and I'm overthinking things, and that just comes with growing pains and moving to a new place and everything. But to those that actually came in, that know me intimately, that came in and saw and experienced what I was dealing with, they're gonna attest to the fact that, like, oh yeah, this would drive you insane. And it really did for a while, dude. Like, it really did drive me crazy. You know, I couldn't think straight. I couldn't function, man. But the worst part about this thing that I was dealing with, the worst part about the stress that I was dealing with, because it really was, you know, for me, it was like a purgatory. There was no end to it. It was just a constant thing. The thing was, it became an obstacle to the art that I wanted to create. It became an obstacle, the reason why I moved to the city. And it was killing me. You know, for an artist, and I'm sure most artists can attest to this, art is not a thing that we just do. No, like, art is like drinking water. It's like breathing. It's necessary for us to live. And as artists, if we can't create freely, we can't create in a fluid motion, it feels like we're being stifled. It's like we're drowning, we're dying, okay? Because art is like creating life, and it gives us life. And if we can't create life, it's like our life is fading away. And that's what I felt like every day, man. It just felt so purposeless. It was just too much, you know? And there was glimmers of, you know, some of the art that I made, but the art was made under such extreme duress that it wasn't truly authentic to who I was. And the art was dark. It was very dark. And the thing is, like, for me as an artist, my art is influenced by my environment and by my emotions. My environment was dark and my emotions were dark. The things that I was creating was dark. And I couldn't even perfect the darkness that I was creating because of how dark the environment was. It was truly a conundrum, man. It was insanity. It was insanity. And it became painful to even have inspiration to make the art, because I knew I couldn't do it. I knew I couldn't put it out there the way that I wanted to be put out there because of what I was dealing with. And so I had to bite the bullet, and I had to stop creating art for a while because it was stressing me out even more. I had to get out the situation that I was in, and I literally, I got on my knees one day. I just had enough. I got on my knees one day and I prayed to God. Like, God, please get me out of this situation. so I can fulfill what I came here to do. And when I prayed with such conviction and such ire. And I got a response immediately. And this response was like a sensation. You know, when God speaks, he speaks sometimes verbally, sometimes he gives you sensations, right? And the sensation that I received from him basically was telling me this: oh yes, Phazon, I'm going to get you out this situation, and I will give you exactly what you want. However, when I give you this, you and I are going to be in agreement. You and I are going to have a covenant, and you must not break this covenant. You must do exactly and listen to exactly what I say. That's basically what he said. That's basically what the sensation meant. God's going to give me exactly what I want in order for me to create the things that I want. But I have to create these things in his name, and I have to abide by his rules and his laws. And I can't backtrack. And if I break this covenant, you know, I'm just reopening a wound that I spent years enduring. And after this revelation that God presented me, you know, he gave me the strength, fortitude, the vision, and a way out. And I worked so hard to get out. And now I'm out. He saw a way for me out. And I'm out. You know, but the thing is, there's a lesson, you know, silver lining in the suffering that I was enduring, you know, the ordeal that I was enduring. And the lesson that I learned is that the suffering is for a reason. The suffering is meant to bring you closer to God. The suffering is meant for you to lean on God. The suffering is meant for your salvation, and also to offer consolation to those who suffer as well. That's what it is. We are human beings. We are not as strong as we think we are. God is the only thing that you should rely on for strength, wisdom, and guidance. Everything else is just worldly. Everything else just is worldly. But now that, you know, God and I are in agreement, I can't backtrack. Like, I have to maintain this momentum that I've built so far with everything that I've created. I have to make sure everything that I create is in his name, period. Plain and simple. Nothing can be made out of selfish gain or selfish pursuit. Everything must be made to glorify God and God alone. That's it. Yeah, so just to emphasize as well, you know, also on top of that too, is the suffering is meant to bring you closer to God as well. Now that this chapter is finally behind me and the main obstacle is out the way, there are a few more obstacles that need to be removed in order for me to really fulfill my purpose to God here on earth. I no longer can make any more excuses. I can't make any more excuses. God removed the main obstacle out the way, so I must fulfill my side of the agreement and create in his name and fulfill my duty here. And I must maintain my discipline with this covenant. And it's hard. The world is full of temptations. The world is full of tests that will challenge your fortitude. Are you weak? No. God did not make you to be weak. God gives battles to his strongest soldiers because he knows that his soldiers will overcome, and they will overcome by his grace. You know, I am incredibly grateful to God for allowing me to finally change my environment, be in an environment that is conducive to my creativity. I am grateful, I'm in awe, and every day I say to myself, God did. Like DJ Khaled, God did. But it's true, God did. There's peace here. I'm finally at peace in this matter, that is. You know, there's other things that are, that's, like I said, that still need to be removed in order for me to fully be capable of what I need to achieve. But God will find a way out for me. God will always find a way out for me. God is always ahead of me. That's the truth. You know, I always think about this one this one verse. I think it's from Joseph Joseph, I think I said it. I'm gonna look it up, right? But it says that God is my shield, God is my refuge, God is my helper, and I shall not fear, because what can man do to me? Basically, what that verse means is that all things are possible when you align yourself with God. It really is. And this entire ordeal has just brought me closer to God. My faith has been strengthened. Like, there's nothing that anyone can say or do that will make me question my faith in my Lord. If I fall, it's by my own hands, not by the hands of other people. But the work will be done. The work must be done. I know God will strengthen me so I can do the work. Anyway, this is just the beginning of a new chapter, and it feels good to finally make a video that I feel is truly authentic to this brand that I've been trying to create for years, and it feels good to finally speak the truth, my truth in the God and truth in the Lord. I want to leave you guys with a prayer that I sort of created. So I want to leave you with a prayer that I've been saying. This is what I say every day, And this prayer strengthens me. Like, you have no idea how powerful this prayer is. Right? The prayer goes like this: Praise be to God, Elohim, for there is none greater. He is my strength, he is my shield, he is my refuge, he is my helper, and I fear nothing, because what can man do to me? Say that every day and feel power just come over you, accomplish and achieve everything. I say this every day. Whenever I'm feeling low, I say this every day. Whenever I'm feeling high, I say this every day. And it just strengthens me, vitalizes me, gives me life, because God is life, because God gives life. Nothing is anything without God. All comes from Him. Plain and simple. Anyway, I have things to do, okay? I have things to accomplish. But thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you guys enjoy all the things that I will be creating in the coming years. Take care. God bless. Be safe.